You're about to witness is one of the most sinister-sounding intros to a trailer to one of the greatest epics ever produced in the history of television. And there's more, because you are going to see it as well.
Yes, it.
Yes, it. Yes, namely... And afterwards, that is, directly following, I want to talk to you about something even bigger.
Sit back,
Relax, and enjoy my film.
So, what are we looking at today? Well, I saw another YouTube channel that's about art, and it was about subject matter being discipline, and it got thousands upon thousands of... With this, I have no script here. Many people, you talk too much, so I thought that's what I'll do. I'll just talk and about art. I'm about to leave this beautiful studio, and I'm going to be going to another venue, and I'd like to discuss the psychology of art, like we've already seen. Lots of other YouTube channels. I find it amazing. I am spending so much time analysing YouTube and their viewer counts, and some are absolutely phenomenal. Picking up the brush, okay? Think about why. Why do you want to paint? For money, or is it for self-enjoyment, self-development, mental health? If, on the other hand, it's for money, then you're going to be business-minded. Contact me and I'll be able to discipline. And it got thousands upon thousands of views from other artists, equally quite engaging in discipline. Now, discipline can reiterate itself across the board of not just art, but anything, whether it be fitness, and, nutrition, eating, whatever it might be. But I found it very interesting that just that one little subject matter created and gathered so much interest, and yet my channel about theft, corruption, the dark side of art doesn't seem to engage. It's like we brush that aside. We're not interested in learning more about the reality of what actually is there. And I was discussing a lot of things. So if we're going to go into this subject matter situation, I could equally sit here with lots of other YouTube channels that talk about the psychology of the way that our society has changed, and whether we like it or not, COVID has changed the world. Not just on the sad fact that people lost their lives, it's a bigger impact of how it's affected and destroyed current lives. As human beings now, everything is put into computer. We now sit there and we get adverts coming up about gusto and food being delivered to your doorstep, so you don't have to have the ingredients. They're all there for you. And bit by bit by bit, what we're saying is stay at home. Doesn't matter what you need, we'll deliver it to you. Just stay at home. And my mother was saying to me, about her experience in South Africa, and I was equally saying my experience in Turkey. And I was saying how thankful we should both be in both our generations to have experienced that, and how I feel sorry for today's society, new generation. But equally, I said to my mother, you don't miss what you've never experienced. So the new generation never experienced that. My mum was saying about getting on a flight, getting on an aeroplane and going off to foreign countries. I said, Mum, they'll put it on the little mask and they'll sit in their bedrooms, 3D, plug it in, choose your destination. It's going to be beyond 3D and even beyond 4D. It's going to be 5D. You know, where you smell, it'll come out with a burst of smell or wind, or tapping into those senses. And we're creating that automated environment that is fake. Well, it's not. It's packaged up and put into a little package, a little box, and just given. And the new generation won't understand any difference. To them, it's going to be like eating a packet of sweets. To us, who have actually physically been there, you know, swimming in the turquoise waters of, you know, Thailand, in Iddon, in Krabi, you know, around the world, PP Island, you know, because that's I used to deliberately go every single place that I went to, I would snorkel. And I remember in Iddon, I went snorkeling at this end of the beach, little alcove bit, and when I went in there, I saw Spar supermarket plastic bag. I saw a baseball cap down there, and I remember coming up and thinking, "Oh, good God!" But I experienced that. That's going to be deleted, and that will not be seen by the new generation because they're going to be there with their little phones. Because I am leaving this studio within the next week, and I just want to say goodbye, fond farewell, hence the grey beardy that's going on. I'm going to be going to a place where I have big heart, big love. I'm looking forward to it. This is about art, and like I keep saying, you know, investigating art. Now, we have looked at lots of other artists, and I don't want to make too much of a documentary. Dali used to have a midday nap, and he'd lie there in his chair and he'd hold a key. Below him would be a bowl, and when he was drifting off into the REM, and his brain's going creating all those images, he'd relax, his hand would relax, and then he'd drop the key and it'd fall onto the plate and wake him up, and that image he would utilize in his artwork. Things like that happen. Picasso fighting with Matisse. You know, artists that are very cruel sometimes, bitter and twisted. The art market that is very, very self-governed, corrupt, you know, and like we're doing, we're investigating. And you need to, like, help me. 2024, we're going to get into even more inside information into the art market, and we're going to be inspired also by new techniques. All right, I'm a traditionalist in terms of my artwork, and a lot of other artists are exactly the same, and good on you, stick to it. But there is a new generation, like we're seeing, and it's digital, and it's NFTs, and an expression of artwork in a digital format. That's how we seem to, engage in things today, not on a physical, but more digital. And so there is that market and that value out there, and people will ingratiate and engage in it in a different way. My generation doesn't really understand that. I remember the days, and I was just talking to my mother about this, it's quite interesting, when we were at school, me and my sister and all my friends, we would walk home from school on our own, all our little group of friends. And on the way home, we go to the sweet shop and we'd kick a ball about, and eventually we'd get home. But our parents didn't worry about it. School's finished, they're going to walk home. Nothing wrong. The only arguments that actually used to happen was if one person walked home with another friend without the other one knowing. My sister fell out with her friends because one of her friends walked home without her. And not today. No, you've got to have your parent drive there, wait, put you in the car, wrap you up in cotton wool, make sure you're all safe, and stick you in the back, and then drive you home. And very sad, isn't it?
He's a credit to his race.
What race is that?
The 100-yard dash.
Cribbit, cribbit, cribbit.
Rump, truck, rump, truck.
Cribbit, cribbit, cribbit. Good old Fozzie. He's never been better.
Or shorter.
Same difference.
Yeah, this show is good for what ails me.
Well, what ails you?
Insomnia.